Hey everyone, Simon back here again with an extra video for you today. This one's about a story you may or may have not heard about Disney buying 21st Century Fox. To me, this is kind of a big deal because it makes an even bigger conglomerate, and they control more and more of what we get to see and hear through mainstream media. Now, I don't really watch and follow much mainstream media myself, but I know a lot of people do, and the fact that there are less and less people who actually control everything you see and hear is a big story to me. So I thought I'd do a little video about that. Before I get into it, as usual, I'll say everyone please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, I really appreciate your support. It really means a lot. So let me go ahead and get into the story here. I'll just do a brief overview for those of you who may not have heard about this. So Disney agreed to buy 21st Century Fox and a lot of their holdings for around $71 billion. That's $71 billion. So that's a ton of money. And it strengthens Disney even more. Like I said, they're a giant media conglomerate, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'll give you a little rundown of some of the things that they own and control. So as you know, Disney owns ABC, ESPN. They also own A&E, History, Lifetime. Now with the new buyout, they control National Geographic and all the FX networks, and this gives them control over entities and things like the Muppets, Star Wars, Marvel, and now they'll have control over the Simpsons and just all the things that Fox had owned there. Now, along with that, Disney acquired another 30% of the streaming service Hulu, and they already own 30%, so now they can have a controlling interest of 60% of Hulu. This is a streaming service because they're hoping to compete with Netflix. Now they're also going to launch their own streaming service called Disney Plus to compete with Netflix also. Now, I hadn't really heard of this story, even though it's kind of been in development for a while now. Comcast had bid like $65 billion to buy out 21st Century Fox, but Disney upped their original offer to $71 billion, so they actually were the ones able to take over. Now, like I said, I wasn't aware of this, but I had seen quite a few stories revolving around Fox recently, and it was starting to get my attention. It seemed in the past that Fox was one of the few networks to give President Trump some sort of fair coverage that was unbiased and unfilled with propaganda, and not really pushing some sort of a negative liberal agenda. But as of recently, I've seen some things happen at Fox which kind of raised my eyebrow, and this was before I heard of this merger. You see, they had hired Donna Brazile. I noticed in a headline that they hired Donna Brazile, and this was like a little bit of a WTF moment, because if you remember, Donna Brazile was the one who leaked questions from the debate ahead of time to Hillary Clinton when she was going to debate President Trump before the election. So she's obviously part of the deep state and a corrupt individual, and I didn't think that kind of fit. She would have fit with the rest of Fox. But that's just one thing. And then I saw that there was a recent attack on Tucker Carlson and the type of things that he talks about. And there was a George Soros funded group which was digging up old stuff on Tucker Carlson to try to discredit him and his point of view and perspective and his shows and the things he talks about. So I'm like, there's a lot of stuff going on here with Fox. And then they had the incident with Judge Jeanine, which is, she's a conservative voice, and now she's being taken away from the spotlight, and she's not able to do the shows that she was doing. So all of this was like, okay, there's where there's smoke, there's fire, there's something going on. And then I hear about the Disney acquisition of Fox. So they were flexing their muscles, probably saying that for us to finalize this deal, you're going to have to curb some of this conservative talk that you have on Fox. So it seems to me that they flexed their muscles and got the job done, and Fox went ahead and sold out for $71 billion. And people know money talks, and $71 billion has a big voice behind it, you might say. So there's a lot of power there with that money. So this worries me severely. Even though I don't follow mainstream, I know a lot of people do. Even my family, they get all of their information from mainstream media. And now, with Fox most likely not having the same voice that it did, there's more and more of just liberal leftist owned media, including the television, the newspapers, and on the internet. So it's kind of sad to see that there's not fair coverage on both sides, but and this just makes things more lopsided. So I'd love to hear what you guys think, if you've heard about this and what you feel about it. The comment section is open as usual. Please feel free to leave a comment, and if I have a chance, I'll respond. I like to get in there and read everybody's comments. So again, give me a thumbs up if you like this message. And that's the story from my perspective. I'll see you guys on the next one.